All right, Build Me Up Buttercup. Hey, we're going to introduce y'all in a second, but y'all do Build Me Up Buttercup? Is that one of the hockey standbys?
Not necessarily, but I've sung it at some football games before. I know the lyrics a little bit. I wouldn't trust myself to sing it on here though. I think I'd mess it up.
You were singing it pretty good earlier.
Yeah, see, the kids love it, and I know we'll get into this, but I know that things have been rocking at the Kohl Center this year for y'all as far as the crowd. So, and I'm not saying it's the beer, but it's definitely it's the team. There's a whole vibe there. It's good stuff. I was able to go to a game a couple weeks ago, and it was just exciting to see. But anyway, welcome to the Scary Alvarez Podcast, which has already lasted almost as long as PJ Fleck trying to spin why he's a 3 games under 500 Big Ten coach after 7 seasons. I'm your host, Scary Alvarez. I'm a Wine Island enjoyer, cherry wine destroyer. A lot of it this weekend, frankly, after that Wisconsin football game. Jake's grandpa and Cindy's +1 went to have me. And today we embark on a bold new journey with my first Badger hockey episode. And to help me out with this, because it'd be super lame if I did this alone, we have 2 Badger pucksters, Owen Lindmark and Jack Horbach. I got the names correct, did I not?
Yep, you did.
Cool. Well, welcome aboard, gentlemen, and whoever wants to start, please, tell my millions of dedicated listeners a little bit about yourselves before we get going today.
I guess I can start. And actually, we have a cool relationship. We both kind of grew up in the same town. We're both from Naperville, Illinois. My dad was actually in the Air Force for 21 years, so I moved around quite a bit. Every 3 years it was. And then 8th grade, we finally settled down in Naperville, and I played junior hockey at the U.S. national team program, and then I came in here to Wisconsin straight out of that. 5th year senior now, and I'm just trying to take it all in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sophomore, and I've lived in Naperville my whole life, so I feel like we've known each other for a pretty long time. Same high school, same everything, pretty much. Grew up same youth team growing up, which was the Chicago Mission, and then I actually played juniors down the road here in Verona and Middleton area with the Capitals. So I've been here for maybe 2 years, but now I'm just a sophomore come in. So it feels good to be here.
Gotcha. So you got your big buddy there helping you out, kind of showing you the ropes around Madison.
Oh yeah, he's helped a lot.
You're a sophomore. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Well, yeah. I'm going to get right to it. Obviously the last couple of seasons were pretty difficult ones for Badger hockey, and I know that both of you were in the program for some of those times. This is I have fans of the program. They want to get to know y'all as people. What was it about the new situation with Hastings that made y'all want to stick around in Madison this year?
You got it. I mean, he just wants us to work. It's all about our work ethic and everything. So when he came in during our spring last year and just told us like what he preached and how he feels about how the game should be played, like I think he got everybody pretty much on board, and we all wanted to buy in and win. So, I mean, winning is the bottom line, and we just want to win. So he got us with his past record of never having a losing season, and we all just bought into that and want to keep the train rolling pretty much.
Yeah, and just to build off that, like my decision to come back as a 5th year, I think like literally the first time we heard him talk, like he can just grab everyone's attention in a room. And what he stands for. He's a family first guy, and that really just carries over to our family, which is our hockey team. And he cares about our families as well. So obviously loves to win, loves us to work hard, and it's just been a great fit so far.
Gotcha. And if you ever want to have a little fun, Google it. You can find pictures of Hastings with hair. It's a wild trip. And don't get me wrong. Oh God, it's probably a while. He wasn't one of those guys that he didn't have like the Mike Brady curly thing, but he had some hair going on. But I think he just kind of decided the ball look was cooler. I think that's all it is. More sleek.
It's more intimidating, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and obviously y'all are in the locker room with him, but he does, certainly with the media and his public face is I won't say soft spoken. That's not the right word for it, but comes off as very measured. And that sort of thing. What is it about his demeanor that gets people to buy into what he's selling?
I think just like first off, he's got this tremendous ability to just like change his tone, like when he's speaking. So like when he's doing media and stuff, like he's like you said, kind of soft spoken, like really politeful, respectful. But then like when it's time to turn it on, like he'll raise that voice and everyone will their ears will perk up and he'll get their attention instantly.
I mean, the speeches he gives in our locker room, like his one-liners are crazy. Like it makes you want to run through a wall for the guy, and just like the whole team, like all together. So it's like crazy the way he can get us amped up and ready to go, no matter what it is for practice, games, or like one simple drill. It's crazy.
Are there any funny, or is there a funny story? I guess we have a certain amount of time today about Coach that wouldn't get you demoted to the fifth line.
You're the jokester.
Yeah. I mean, not off the top of my head. I definitely have to think about it for some time.
He does joke with us though. Like he's not always super intimidating. Like he's definitely like a personable guy that will crack a lot of jokes. But Horbs is normally the one cracking the jokes with them.
What's it been like looking up into the stands in the Kohl Center and seeing it full this season? I know that, yes, there were some beer sales, and that can't hurt. I know it certainly didn't hurt the Wisconsin teams at the Coliseum when they used to play there, when there was a beer garden and like 18-years were in there, slamming beers before the game and like a thick haze of cigarette smoke. Times have changed. But what has that been like playing before those fans and the Crease Creatures and all that this year?
Yeah, I mean, like those crowds that we had against Michigan a couple weekends ago, they were by far, hands down, like the best crowds in my 5 years that I've been here. And, for us, like we just feed off that energy. That we try to make the Kohl Center, we're trying to make the Kohl Center the hardest place to play in college hockey. And, we couldn't do it without the fans. So like, yeah, the alcohol definitely plays a role. I know like some of my friends and family, like that's a big plus for them, being able to have a couple drinks, but it does make the crowd more energetic, which helps even more.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately it's, and I know there's a discussion of how beer might affect the basketball, situation at the Kohl Center this year. I know some people, myself included, have been pining away for some beer at Camp Randall, maybe get those stands full before the game, and amongst other things, because a lot of that's just the way they seat the kids. It's not the kids' fault.
Definitely. I can speak to that.
Yeah. You're sitting there waiting to get in.
Yeah.
Just say next time you have an issue with that, hopefully it'll be resolved by next year. But if for some reason it's not resolved by 24 for the Alabama game, for example, just so you know, Scary Alvarez, tell the guy in the yellow. Yeah, it's fine, and you can do that too, Jack. Just so you know, Scary Alvarez, and they will usher you immediately to probably.
Do we get a press box? Do we get a press box?
Special treatment.
Yeah, no, you probably will. I only have access to 7 different press boxes, or 7 different suites.
Okay,
so
we can find our way into one of those, I think.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't tell anyone else that this is just y'all. So don't tell Saint Fowl. What's this? Matthew?
Yeah, D Saint Fowl.
D Saint Fowl.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is he French?
Yes, his dad is. Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of grew up. He grew up like Michigan, Chicago area, so he's kind of been a U.S. kid his whole life. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
I will say this, Owen. For a Chicago kid, I swear I'm not. Maybe it's just that y'all play with Canadians, but I'm picking up like a Canadian accent.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that.
Yeah, what's that about?
People say it's like really came on since I started living in Wisconsin. So I don't know what it is, but I do get that a lot. I just run with it.
I just heard it right there.
I just run with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. It's very common. It's not that the normal Wisconsin accent is tons different from the Canadian accent, but it's definitely that Canadian hockey. I can pick it up a mile away. It's wild.
I appreciate it.
Oh,
yeah. So y'all are both from.
Yeah.
Y'all are both from. You're embracing it. You're both from the Chicago area, and I know that's true. So who's your favorite Green Bay Packer?
Ooh, that's tough.
None. I mean,
Bears?
Okay, no. We will both say the same player because we went to high school with them. Okay?
Yeah.
And so that is the only player, Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
He just got drafted from Michigan State. We went to high school with him. So that is the only player that I will cheer for on the Packers, Jaden Reed.
Okay. So fast forward a few games, and Jaden Reed's putting up a Hunchy Burger on the Bears up in Lambeau. You guys are going to be his biggest fans.
Oh yeah.
I think with the state that the Bears are in right now, like it doesn't hurt to lose a couple more games. Or we already got a top pick with Carolina, not doing too well. So I think like at this point, we just got to stick with Fields. Fields is not the problem. So ride with Fields, get 2 cornerstone franchise players with our top picks here, and then we'll be good to go. Plenty of salary cap this offseason, so we're looking good.
As a Green Bay Packer fan, I'm standing arm in arm with you for keeping Justin Fields as the quarterback going forward.
Hey, it's not all him. It's not all him. That's all I'm going to say.
Where we disagree on this is I think Fields is part of the problem too, but he's
okay.
Fields.
No, you get DJ Moore, you get Marv Harrison Jr. Look out, Packers! Look out.
As a Packer fan who 4 weeks ago, I know we're talking a lot about the football. That's okay. This is fun. was thinking, holy crap, we might be bad enough to get a sniff of Marvin Harrison Jr. And then the Packers go on this winning streak, and now we're fighting for the playoffs. But you got as a football fan, you got to try to be as good as you can. So there's no tanking up in Green Bay this year.
Okay, yeah, we'll see who's on top in a couple of years. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we definitely probably the Lions. Jack, you once had 105 penalty minutes in the USHL. How did you transform your game from a beefy brawler to what you are today, a modest brawler with only 10 penalty minutes?
I mean, pretty much just getting yelled at, I'd say.
He'll get in trouble if he gets in the box. So.
Yeah, I mean, playing the PK, you can't be in the box. So I kind of dedicated myself to finding out where like that fine line was of taking it too far and not taking it far enough. And I've luckily been on the side of not taking it far enough recently. So I've just been trying to teeter the line a little bit where sometimes I go over, but luckily the past couple of games I haven't been making a trip to the box recently. So it's good. It works out for me.
Sure, Hastings appreciates that, but you still have the street credibility of leading the Badgers in penalty minutes. So if any, you still got that swagger.
It's not even that much, isn't it? Like 10 minutes right now.
It's 10 minutes. But 10 minutes can seem like an eternity. 10 minutes if it were a misconduct would seem like a lot longer than. Trust me, with Hastings, I'm sure that would seem a lot longer than it's been with just getting the minor penalties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like early on in his press conferences and early on during the year, all he talked about was like being disciplined and staying out of the box and not taking penalties. And we did a pretty good job of that for a couple weekends. And then how many did we kill off? We had 8 in one game on Saturday, I think. So hopefully we can stay out of the box this weekend because Ohio State's got a good power play, but we'll see.
Buckeyes. The Buckeyes, it would be fun if they had Colin McCord playing for them. I think that would be making things a lot easier for the Badgers. But that's a quality team, and their women's team is also apparently really, really good. So that's it's not just a football school; it's a hockey school as well, kind of like Wisconsin.
Definitely.
Y'all have played obviously Minnesota, Michigan, and some other good teams this year. Which for each of you, it doesn't have to be the same answer. Which game has been the most fun so far this year? I'm
on light duty.
The dawn says, "Let there be light." There we go.
There we go.
Which game has been just strictly from you're a player and it's fun at the end of that 60 minutes. Which win has been the most fun this year?
Personally, I think Michigan, because that was when we were like the highest we've been like ranked in a while, and at home, and we had the biggest crowd. So winning those games, I think, was the most fun because we had Michigan ended our season last year. So to get that revenge early this year, I think it was really fun and honestly felt really good to get those wins.
Yeah, I would say so. I was injured during the Minnesota series, but I still traveled, and I would say just like being in the crowd and just hearing all like the silence after Simon Tassi scored that late goal to go ahead on Saturday. Like that was incredible because those fans do not like us. Like we were getting chirped in the stands the whole game saying like, "Oh, you're not good enough to be on the ice," blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, sure. Like we'll just see who wins the game. And when we end up winning, like you just saw all the fans just like go straight to the exits, and it was awesome. But then like that Michigan series was awesome. Like they've had our number recently. Friday night,
and Owen on Friday night
had
the game-winning
goal Friday night. So
that
was definitely one of my biggest ones here as a Badger. So that was awesome. And then to follow it up with Matty St. Fowles scoring with like 6 seconds, whatever it was. on Saturday night. That was just, awesome.
Yeah, that was another. I'm just as a fan and an XAD, that was another super fun series to watch, and it's been interesting. I mean, you guys go from you're not sure what to expect to number one in the country, and now suddenly the target on y'all's backs, which is okay. I think it's got to be kind of fun to go from the hunted to the hunter to the hunted, just like that, and I'm sure Hastings is keeping y'all level headed.
Yeah, definitely, and I think when you play in the Big Ten Conference for hockey, it's extremely hard to get wins. So to come out and get 4 early, that was huge for us for confidence. And we took a step back against Michigan State, but at the end of the day, we didn't play our best games, and they were still close scores. So we learned a lot from that weekend, and we're just gonna take that forward with us into the rest of the Big Ten play.
Absolutely, and Owen, when there were those Minnesota fans, those Victory Star football Minnesota and basketball star Minnesota fans who only pretty much have hockey to rely on, their volleyball team isn't even that great this year, are talking smack to a fifth-year player who's had been number one seed in his career. It's got to be something, but I feel like all you got to say is Wisconsin has more national titles than Minnesota in hockey. I mean, it's a fact. This is crazy.
Yeah, well, actually, I remember my line. Some kid came up to me and so whoever's not playing, we have clipboards and we take stats and stuff. And some guy came up behind me and was telling me what to write down. And I turn around to him and I go, "Buddy, you literally pay for these kids' school." And
got him.
he backed way off and he just turned around and
that was that.
I didn't see him again, but
yeah, the guy
he was coming after me, so I just kind of had to try to put him in his place a little bit.
Yeah, it's how much smack can you talk when you couldn't even make the JV team at Edina? I mean, it's it's just.
Oh, we got a lot of Edina kids here too.
No, I know that's my point. That's I mean, I don't mean that's a great program. Yeah. You can't be talking smack to 5th-year college hockey players. I feel like if you're not that guy. So what are some things that are I'm trying to get my listeners a sense for how the hockey program works. Take me through a day when you all don't have a game as a Wisconsin hockey player. So how does that?
Jack's got a great day in the life today, so you can start today with your drug test.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had a drug test this morning, so I had to wake up at 7:15. But me and a couple other guys on the team had a drug test this morning. So we woke up at 6 to try to get there at 6:30 so we could try to get in and out before our workout.
Because we had lift at 7:30.
Yeah, so we had lift at 7:30, but we got there and we just we couldn't piss in this cup. It took forever. Every time we'd have to go piss, it'd be just we'd get nervous. We'd get pee shy and couldn't pee in this cup. So we were there for maybe an hour. So then we ended up being late to workout. So we strolled into the rink around what was it?
They showed up. They showed up probably with 5 minutes left in our workout.
It was 8 o'clock, 8:10. We walked to the workout room after getting to the rink, and we're like, "Well, what are we supposed to do? We don't have anything to do." So then we had to crush a workout in 30 minutes because we had video at 9 o'clock. So we had to crush workout, and then we had video, and then we usually get on the ice at 10:15 to practice, and then practice goes to 11:30 about.
Yeah, so it's nice. We're kind of pretty much at the rink all morning, and then we're done 12:31. Guys will go to classes, and then you kind of just have the rest of the day to yourselves. So we do a team meal together at 5 p.m., which is nice. So everyone will come back to the rink for that. But it's honestly pretty nice having our afternoons off and just taking care of business in the mornings.
Yeah, and then everyone
in the mornings.
Yeah, everyone lives around the rink, so it's not hard for everybody to get back here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know someone close to the Scary Alvarez podcast who used to live on North Francis. So that's that place. There's a lot of fun stuff to do around there. Besides that's really we'd like to eat or drink or do whatever. That's a cool area campus.
Yeah, it is. We got they have he lives in a house. We got some other guys living on the first floor of apartment building where you can walk in and out. We got other guys that live literally in the same parking lot as the rink, right across from it. So we're all within 5 minutes walking distance max.
100 feet of each other, pretty much.
So it's awesome.
I got to be honest. I haven't gotten past the piss in a bottle thing. So you just, look, we've all been there. Stage fright is a thing, but like you have like a dude sitting there watching you do it. Is that kind of how it works?
Oh,
it seems like a terrible situation.
It was crazy. He's literally just staring over you, like, dude, can I get some privacy?
Was that your first one?
First one ever.
This is a common thing for athletes. So people who are listening to the show don't know that this is just something that this is not something specific to you. This is just something that football players, basketball players, hockey players all have to eventually do periodically because the NCAA requires it.
Yeah, so we do. There's Wisconsin does their own drug testing, and then the NCAA does it as well.
Big Ten did it too.
Big Ten will do it for like playoffs too. So like, there's a lot of, and it's random. It's monthly. We have had one kid. He's like 3 for 3 this year. Yeah. Like we've had 3 different pollings of drug tests for the team, and he's gone every time. Which is just funny. He's passed every time. Like no worries, no issues with that. But for some reason, he just keeps getting randomly selected.
Well, my hope is that those tests come back positive for being awesome. I think that's what you're hoping for in an ideal world. So there's something we do on this podcast that I know y'all are huge fans of. It's a word association game. What I do is I give you a name of something. It's either person, place, or thing. And then I want you all both to kind of in turn to say what immediately comes to your mind when I say those words. Jack, I can tell you're a shrinking violet, so I know it's going to be really hard for you to come out of your shell here, but we'll see what we can do to get you out of there. And we'll start with Owen. Coach Mark Johnson.
Dude, quick.
Miracle.
What did you say?
Too? I said miracle.
You can start. You each do miracle, and then what's the other one?
I had legend.
Legend. Okay, yeah, he's just. And it's not take anything away from the men's program, but Coach Johnson, he's just the best to have ever done it. I mean, it's as simple as that. He is to women's hockey as his father Bob was to college men's hockey. It's incredible to watch.
Didn't he just get his 7th national championship last year?
Yeah. A 7th, and he's got his ladies right at the top of the heap again this year. It's incredible.
Yeah, they're always at the top of the year, and it's like they hardly have anybody on their team this year like healthy because they have so many injuries, and they're still able to just churn out wins against everyone. So it's incredible what he does. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Jack, we're going to start with you on this one. Cole Caulfield.
Scores.
Roommate. That's my old roommate.
Okay. Yeah. Fun Cole, real quick. We're in the middle of this special word association game, but a real quick fun Cole Caulfield story.
Oh, I'll tell you.
That's the PG-13.
I got one too.
I mean, like, so this kid has the strongest forearms of like all time, and so like sometimes like he has this switch, right? Because like unbelievable hockey player, like he'll get in this mode during practice where like he just gets so mad, right? And he'll get mad at you. And he's just like literally the strongest kid ever. So like sometimes he'll just come up to you and he'll just shake your hand and like you'll actually be in pain. But the funniest story I would say is we were playing at Ohio State, and it was a pregame skate, and we were doing PK, so penalty kill versus power play. And like I was just up in his grill the entire time, and he got so mad at me that he just got the puck one time and took a slap shot right at me. And I was literally like 2 feet away. And I literally go, okay. And like he just turns around and like doesn't say anything, and that's just like his mindset. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I know he's not a sociopath. Someone who does that might be. He's a good kid by all accounts, and he gets you some good tickets for a Canadians game. Maybe back for that.
Yeah, no, he's like a great kid and everything, but like he's got this switch where like he just turns it on and he gets in this zone, and it's like stay out of the way because he's scoring 4 goals that night.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Jack, did you say something for Cole?
Oh, I mean, his dad and my dad are just like really good friends because they both played at Stevens Point together. So they just kind of know each other pretty well. And whenever my dad wants to go back up to Stevens Point for the golf outing, he's always trying to see if Paul's in town, see if they can go golfing together later, grab a couple beers. So it's just funny how small like the world is, kind of.
Paul was a USHL legend too. At the start of his career, was he not for the Capitals?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's been incredible for a number of years. The Capitals has been a stalwart Joe Pavelski.
Oh, I'm going to say tipping.
I was going to say that too.
Oh. And for the non-hockey fans, it's like, so like the way that he can position himself in front of the net on like point shots and be able to like deflect pucks into the net is just like incredible. Like there's videos of him just like he tips the puck like every single time, like exactly where he wants into the net. And he scores so many goals that way. And it's like the hand-eye that you need to do that is just incredible.
It's got to be one of the hardest things to do. Okay, finally, Mariucci Arena.
Oh,
sucks.
Yes. Like who likes purple? Like maroon. Like that's like the worst color ever to wear.
Yeah, it's rough
and
stuff.
Their seats are like maroon, and it's like what? Like I don't like it.
I don't like that place.
Yes, Ski Ma, loosely translated is Wisconsin's. I can't say the word, but anyway, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. This is good stuff. We're steering dangerously close to bulletin board material, but then veering off just in time because I know you guys have a tremendous amount of respect for that program. So,
definitely.
Owen, you've been drafted, as you know, by the Florida Panthers many years ago. Do they still have your rights?
They do have my rights until like 20-something days, actually. So now that I graduated, I'm applying to just be a free agent, and that's just basically to give more options for myself. I still have a really good relationship with them. Like I still talk to them. I was at their development camp this summer. And, you know, like I would love to be able to hopefully sign a contract with them. But at the same time, it's kind of just like a business decision to be able to, you know, talk to every other team.
Would it be because you feel uncomfortable having to live in a tropical paradise surrounded by supermodels and A-list celebrities?
I will say like
no taxes.
No, like state income tax, like that is a huge plus. And every time I've gone down there, I've loved it. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, there could be an opportunity at the end of the year, but who knows? We'll see. But I'm definitely not against playing there.
Very diplomatic. Jack, start with you. Who's your favorite ex-Badger hockey player and why?
Oh, I used to be a defenseman growing up until I was like 12 years old. So I really liked Ryan Suter growing up, just the way he can. I mean, his passes are always tape to tape and everything. And when he was on the Wild, he was kind of a stud. Or not, when he was on the Preds, he was a stud.
Whoa! I gotta talk to McIntosh. We gotta get those Kohl Center electric bills paid.
Yeah, I don't know. Just means we're having fun.
Yeah, no, I just like Ryan Suter a lot. He's probably one of my favorite ex-Badgers.
Gotcha. Owen?
Trent Frederick. He I remember like taking a visit when I was super young, and like he was on the team still, and he was like one of the first players I met, and he was just so nice. Like came up to me, shook his hand, and this was like in between a period or like after pregame warmups or whatever. And since then, like we've had a pretty good relationship. Like he'll come back to Madison sometimes in the summer and like he'll take care of us. Like he's a absolutely great dude. Really fun hockey player to watch and someone I, you know, love watching play.
Good stuff. Kind of, you know, we're almost done here, but I want to get a little more to the culture thing. What is each of your favorite places to eat in the Wisconsin campus?
Ooh.
Or tastemakers.
What kind of food are we talking about?
Oh, look at this! I love the nuance. You know, just whatever, man. You can go a couple if you like.
You want to start?
Yeah, I'll go.
We'll take turns. We'll take turns.
Right. Okay. I love Luchador, like really good tacos, and then they like don't only have tacos; they also have like burritos and bowls too, if you want some variety like that.
Yeah.
So I like that place a lot, and like in the summer too, they have outdoor seating that's right on State Street. So you can sit there, warm weather, tacos, like nothing better, really.
I will say for like a fancier place, I love Tornado Room Steakhouse. They got this late night. It's like the late night menu, and like you get half price off like steaks and stuff, and it is just phenomenal. So that would probably be like my fancy go-to place. I guess like a staple for our team is Chipotle too. It's kind of just like a hockey thing. Like guys went there today after practice instead of eating some training table that we had here.
One of my fancier picks is I really like Red Sushi too.
Yeah.
Place.
Oh,
our team just crushes sushi. Like we always want to go get sushi no matter what it is. So we always go there a lot, and team loves the crispy rice too as a appetizer. Start the night off, so it's always good going there.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. I love. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say another like really under the radar one is A8 China. It's like right next to Wando's and Sushi Express, and their Chinese food is phenomenal. Like you can get in and out. Like they'll have food ready for you in less than 10 minutes, and so you can just go take it to go and watch football or whatever you want to watch. And that place is great. Sesame chicken, that's my go-to from there.
Gotcha. That's the lunch and dinner of champions. Yeah, I love all that sushi stuff and that fancy stuff as long as it is a 15-ounce porterhouse steak. So it's pretty much that's my thing. I own several wine islands, so I have my own personal chefs, obviously flying on my planes too when I'm going to Ibiza to hang with the DJs, and it's I kind of like the finer things in life, but sometimes it's just a big. You guys, I presume sometimes just go out for a big steak. Like what's the big steakhouse in Madison right now? I probably should have asked Brett Bielema that, but
Rare. There's a couple.
Rare's a good one.
Tornado Room.
Johnny DeMonico, Tornado Room. For Thursday night team dinners, we've been going to Longhorn Steakhouse
Or Outback.
Outback's a good one. So I don't know. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Like I love a good steak.
It's good. It's good stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have you before we let you step off the ice today. I'm going to have you rank these three things 1 to 3.
Okay.
A free lifetime pass to the Madison golf course of your choice, winning the Big Ten in 2024, and being on this podcast right now. Rank those 1 to 3. You can start with this, Jack.
Okay. I'll go Big Ten. It's got to be number 1.
Okay, it's disappointing.
Podcast number 2.
Yes, sir.
Golf number 3.
Okay.
That's my same order, and I will say there's a big drop off from 2 to 3 because
1 and 2 are kind of close.
Personally, like I'm not a huge golfer. Like there's some kids on our team that are huge golfers. I'm not that bad. I've broken 100 a couple times. I don't golf.
Damn, stop bragging, man. Stop bragging.
I don't golf a lot though.
He's worse than that.
Well, I said a couple of times I broke it. Like, but yeah, for sure.
John Blackwell
podcast would be great.
I appreciate that. Number 2 is not so bad. John Blackwell and Nolan Winter from the basketball team both picked the podcast as number 1. It wasn't the same exact 3 things, but it's fine. I'm not comparing. I'm just comparing and contrasting. Those kids just really were taken with our time. But really appreciate it.
How about if we win the Big Ten, then we do another podcast with you, and then we can rank you number 1.
Ooh.
Oh, that makes sense. Let's write that in. Let's write that in pencil.
Okay.
But anyway, thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it, and good luck with the rest of the season. Y'all are really doing some great things there, and give my best to Coach. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be on this podcast too. So we're gonna. Awesome. Y'all are my emissaries.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Take care.
You too.